is out the way. Small next, and then we're gonna close with Richie. So, all right. Super good.
Are you guys doing the same thing?
All right, I want to just give a word of encouragement for 2019. You know, y'all got resolutions, usually. Resolutions that we end up not following all the way. Or do it until April.
Hello.
Right.
But
But I guess it would be the title of the message if it's the title. But God is pretty much dealing with me by saying, if you will, I will.
Come on.
Maybe I'll get it later, but if you will, I will.
Come on, talk.
okay.
Deuteronomy 11:13. If you
That's
will,
a hard one.
I will. Deuteronomy 11:13-15, actually. Darren called me like saying that I like the Old Testament, whatever, but I do. Because he's talking to Israel, but he's also talking to us. And so, when I think about if you will, I will, God, I can put it into the perspective of humanly formed. We like to follow things called Newton's laws, or Isaac Newton's laws. And so the first law of motion that we follow, and we can say as Christians too, is the first law, which is an object in motion wants to stay in motion. An object at rest wants to stay at rest. That's my alarm too. That's a little jazzier than that. But an object at motion wants to stay at motion. An object at rest wants to stay at rest. I know y'all are thinking like I didn't come here for physics, but we gonna do it anyhow, right?
Right.
So God has tried Newton's first law before, because we followed the part where it says an object at rest wants to stay at rest. See, God's giving you an assignment in 2018, maybe 17, maybe 16, and you just want to stay still because I feel comfortable here.
Come on, talk.
So I'm just going to stay at rest right now. And God tried to give you a little push to give you some motion. But because of free will, what we talked about earlier, because of free will, He let you go because you wanted to stay at rest. We practice the first law, but there's a couple other laws. We'll talk about it later. Deuteronomy 11. It says, "And it shall come to pass that ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love the Lord your God, and to serve Him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, and thou mayest gather in thy corn, and thy wine, and thy oil, and I will send grass in thy field for the cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full." I know there's a lot of thous and these, but, excuse me, sorry. I'm not crying yet, but I use this verse pretty much as a reference, if not anything. God told the Israelites that if you love me, and He said, He used the big word, diligently. Diligently. That means do it with your whole heart. That means do it with that on your mind. That means follow me, knowing that I'm a good God, that I'm a gracious God.
That's right.
I'm going to do this diligently. And if you do that, then I will.
Come on. Come on.
If you do that, then I will give you rain.
Yes.
How many people know that rain was important back in the day? So, God told the Israelites, if you will, I will. Newton's third law says, I'm not going to get back into fifth, but I am.
Don't talk.
It says, action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Amen.
Some of y'all been reading. Some of y'all went to college. I got about 15 credits.
They count.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. In layman's terms, it's saying that if I do something to an object, the object in return is doing to me. So, an example of that is if I push against this podium. Oh, whoa. If I push against this podium then it's pushing against me. So I want to tell y'all that in 2019, God is saying, if you push against me,
Come on now.
then I will push against See, you want to stay still. You don't want to do it. But he already tried to push you. He already tried to get you to get some motion in. Try to get you to get some life in. See, you felt depressed because you had no life in.
Come on now.
You felt depressed because you weren't doing nothing. You were staying still. How many people know that when you're not doing anything, that's the most depressed you've ever been?
Come on, talk,
Some of
sir.
y'all ain't never been out of a job before.
Come on, talk.
Some of y'all ain't never been alone before. But when you feel alone and by yourself and still, that's the most depressed you've ever been. God wants to get some motion in. He said, start walking a little bit. Once you start walking, I'm going to walk with you. Start moving a little bit. When you start moving, I'm going to move. You wonder why you can't hear from God because you ain't speaking to God.
Preach, sir.
Preach, sir. You wonder why your prayers ain't being answered. When the last time that you prayed? Preach, sir. I don't know no scripture because I haven't read in a year. Yeah. How can you expect God to move if you're not moving first? See, we practice these. See, God can do it.
He can.
He can do it. But you're going to be mad when if God would, like Pastor said, he didn't know he was in it a little bit. When he said it's like a robot, you're picking and pushing buttons. You would be mad if you had to do something. When you're on that job and your boss tell you got to do this, and you have to do it. I got 2 more days, y'all. I've been on break. That's a side note. But when you walk in that office or that building or that whatever you're in, and you feel like a number, don't you feel like almost depressed too? But God is telling you, I'm going to give you a choice. You know the best choice. You know that I'm good. You've already tasted and saw that I was good. You've already tasted. And it tasted good. Like that food going to be in a minute.
Okay.
You go back to what you think is good. You go back to what you think is good. I'm not going to speak to some people.
You speaking to me? In my business.
But let me close this one. But we gotta practice those laws. And number one, that's the law of God. That's abiding by His word. See, Newton didn't know what he was doing. He I would say developed those theories or those rules or those laws. But God uses whom He pleases. So when He developed those laws, He proved God in a sense. Because God had already said to Israel that if you do this, then I will. If you will, then I will. So in 2019, you go ahead and will, because I will.
Come on now.